Alright, what's going on, guys? So I've got to do two tub cleanings, and I figured I would just show it on video, make another video about this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my motley and my suriname redtail, and I'm going to do them at two different times because I only have one empty tote for right now. The other one is being used with my crickets, and I'm going to I could do both and put them in there for the next 5-10 minutes, but I think it would be better to not have them together just in case something were to happen. I don't think they would fight. None of my animals have diseases that I'm aware of. And I was wrong on my last video about my motley. She was born March of 2018, so she's not even a year yet. And I said she was a year to a year and a half. Just wanted to make that small correction. I'm trying to do these videos a little bit different. I really wish I had a wide angle lens. I just bought the kit with this camera. It already had the lens on it. I figured I would show in the background one or two of my snakes, and then do the video as is, but it's not really working out like that. But in the background I do have my green anaconda Pop-Tart, my albino boa, and they don't have names. The only one that I named is my green anaconda. Well, I guess I named my BCO Emerit? I don't know how to pronounce it, but it is the taker of souls. So, I will start with the motley. So, I think she's going into shed. Not 100% sure. Her colors are starting to dull out, so that is normally a pretty good indication of a possibility of her going into shed. Now, I did buy a couple more of those dog bowls since they were 97 cents, and I did get the extra larges just for future use. I may put one in here with her, even though it's pretty gigantic, but we'll have to see how that goes. So her eyes, this is not going to autofocus. So her eyes do look a little cloudy. She's not sitting still. So possibility of shed. She's been shedding out like crazy ever since I got her on Rat Pups, which is really nice. And I'm loving her colors. So the guy who I get my rats from, and actually bought her from, is selling a male, whoop, that's not the right lid, a male albino motley, which I am strongly thinking about picking up. It is about, I'd say 3 to 4 months old, and I would not mind having the male, and then because this is a het albino, and then I could breed the two, and the possibilities of getting a whole litter of babies that were albino and motley would be pretty good if I'm thinking that correctly. I've never bred or anything, and obviously I'd have to wait at least 4 years. So I don't know how the market would be in 4 years. I don't know how the pricing would be in 4 years. So that's kind of the trouble in buying snakes as babies. And when they're a hot item now, and they're pretty expensive. The male was going for around $450, and I'm assuming, whoop, nothing really to see here, just me dumping all that stuff into the trash can. And so this is pretty gross. I'm going to cut this part out, but I'm going to go in and wash and soap the tub. And then, as I was saying, so they're a hot item right now, $450 in 4 years. Who knows where the market's going to be on boas. I know boas really don't drop in price that much like ball pythons, but it's always a concern when you do start them off as babies, and then later on, 4, 5, 6 years, that $450 snake could be a $100 snake. Not, I mean, saying $100 is, and if you get like 10 to 20 of them, that's still a good chunk of money. But always going into this stuff and assuming that you're going to make money off the bat, people get burned, people get hurt on that stuff, and then they just get out of boas and ball pythons in general. So doing this straight for the money is really not the greatest thing, and honestly the money would be good, but I would honestly probably keep every single baby that I produce because I just love them and they're awesome. So I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. So I do have 2 full breeder blocks of ReptiChip, but as of right now I'm just finishing up some forest floor that I have, which I really do like. And that is it on that. I will be, when springtime comes around, I really think I'm going to start buying cypress mulch, fine cut, up at the Home Depot, because you can get a whole bag, like 8 pounds, for like $3, and it's basically the same thing. I'll just get it, I'll bake it, freeze it, and then I'll just use it, and then that'll save me a ton of money. So I hear a lot of people doing that and have good results with it. Nothing wrong with buying regular mulch from you know, anywhere you get it, pet stores, online. It's not an issue, but it's still mulch, and because it's got a snake on it, they are going to charge you triple of what it really should be. So I got my humongous dog thing, and that just looks massive. So I don't know if I'm going to keep that in there. I'll see how she does with it. Boas are okay with water, being in water. They are from the Amazon basin, which is high humidity. They do have the rivers around there. Not saying that they swim very much, but it is a possibility, and they do have that luxury. Other than ball pythons, which that's for a whole nother topic, but soaking them, bathing them, letting them swim, not very ideal because of where they come from. So that is all that I do with changing out snake bedding. So long overdue. I was spot cleaning, and then she was just taking massive poops in it, so I had to change all of that out. And then we'll try to come over here and look at her, and she's just been dumping everything out in her enclosure. So this is my poor girl that is been through a lot, so we'll see how she does. I'm wondering if I even have enough bedding to fill this one up completely. But she dumps this over every single time, so my 99-cent tub for her will work perfectly, and she's a pretty good size. So I'm really wanting to put her into a different tub. The tub that I'm holding her in right now, for the time being, I've tried to put her in here, and for whatever reason, she doesn't really do well in these tubs, and I've never had any issues like this with my other snakes. But these tabs right here show, and I'm thinking about just cutting these down because she likes to rub her head on these, and then she rubs her scales really badly on the top of her head. I mean, they'll clear up after a couple of sheds, but I don't know why she's doing that. I got a lot of my other snakes, or 3 of them, in this exact same tub style, and all my boas, my big boas, started out in tubs just like this, and they never did that, and I don't understand why she is doing that. So it's pretty aggravating. It's sad to see that. I don't think she's stressed. I don't know why she would be. There's no reason for her to be stressed out because she's in the same environment as all my other snakes. The heat's the same. The humidity is really high, just because she's dumping all this water, which I don't think that would be the case of it. So this one's pretty gross too, and I'm just gonna go rinse this out. Alright, nice and clean. So these bowls are a lot bigger than what I thought they were, and I really think that they'll be okay. Well, hopefully they'll be alright. And that should be enough, and that is it for the bedding on that one. And I really don't want to break open that breeder block of Repti chip until I actually have to do my big snakes, because I can fill up all my big snakes and I think like 2 of these. So it does make a lot of bedding, which is super nice for like 20 bucks at the reptile shows. And we'll swing around, get her out. She is putting on some decent size, and her tail is looking really nice. I love that single stripe, and where she was chewed on, it's getting so much better. Again, I really don't have any issues with any of my snakes being, and she definitely needs an upgrade. So I'm gonna have to go to Walmart or something to get a larger tote, but that doesn't have the things that I was showing you on the lids. I'll have to go look for one today because she is in dire need of a upgrade enclosure. Now I will be getting vivs for all of my snakes, like these. I'll try to buy some whenever I do need them. They are expensive, so it's hard for me to drop that kind of money on multiple vivs, but I think with the time being, I'm just gonna go get to Walmart, get one for like 10 bucks, and keep her happy in one of those. So you can see my albino is kind of using the makeshift hide halfway. It's the first time I've seen her in there. Normally she's on top or not in it at all. I know some of you guys have commented, do I use hides? Sometimes, not always, because they don't use them, and I really think the bigger they get, the less they use them anyways. So I'm still looking for wood that can go, like big pieces of wood that can go maybe with some branches on it, that can just lay in there like driftwood, and then they can climb on it and do what they need to do. And you can see the 2 up top are getting super foggy. I don't know why that happens. I think it's the humidity, or it's just the plexiglass being weird, but there should be definitely a lot more humidity in the anaconda enclosure than the top 2, because I mean just the size of the water, and they're all built the exact same. So just a little thing on that, but that is it. So I appreciate you guys watching my videos. I know I hit my 100th video a couple days ago. I didn't do anything for it. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm just here to make videos for you guys, show my snakes off to whoever wants to see them, and hopefully you guys can learn a thing or two, or maybe if you just like seeing them, then that's perfect. But I appreciate everybody that's subscribing and watching my videos. I hope you guys have an awesome day.